didn't do a digital one. But I don't think my pee's diluted because I literally was taking so many watching the dark ones all throughout the day, and they were consistent, like for it to be that much lighter. There's nothing a doctor will do. They won't even see you till you're 8 weeks. A chemical pregnancy is a miscarriage. It's just early. So like you basically start bleeding around when your period's due, and my period was due 2-3 days ago. So it would just be considered a chemical. Yeah, my HCG was 0 from the last one. I saw that, Danny. Thank you so much. Yeah, we reached our goal. Yo, I think I'm losing the baby again. Yeah, babe? What is it? Someone's at my door. So, last night in all the excitement, my lower back was hurting really bad, and I thought it was just the way I was sitting in my chair. Because I was like hunched in my chair all day working. And I've been cramping today. So I took one of I haven't been testing like crazy because my tests were so dark. I was like, I'm not going to keep wasting money testing. Like the last one I took was a line stealer. So I was like, there's no point to keep testing. I can't even see them get darker at this point. So, yeah, I don't know if they would even do that this early. So I took one of my Amazon strips. You know, you can order a pack of 25 for really cheap. And they're not as sensitive, but I took one this morning and it was lighter than the one I took the other day. So I was like, okay. So I ordered some first response and my line is way lighter than the other day. Like I told Brett this morning, I said, I feel like something's wrong. And he's like, you're just thinking too hard. But I'm always right. I just scheduled my fucking ultrasound today. The hook effect usually isn't until after 8 weeks. So I feel like it's just another chemical. I'm just gonna try not to be angry this time, because obviously everything happens for a reason, but like, it's so much lighter. So now I just wait to start bleeding, basically. I just don't get it, because like with my last chemical, like I had positive pregnancy tests, obviously, but my lines didn't progress as well as they did this month. Like, they got dark so fast. And they were progressing so well. And then last night, I'm like, my back hurts so bad. But I just thought it was the way I was sitting all day. And then I woke up this morning cramping really bad. And now my tests are fading. And it's like very noticeable. I'll show you guys. Let me take the filter off. So this is the one I took today. So obviously my levels are dropping again. And like, I'm trying really hard not to be angry, you know, and I'm not even gonna like give myself hope, because I've had several chemical pregnancies, but this one I was not expecting to be another chemical with the way my levels were going up so well. No, I took one of like the cheap Amazon strips this morning, and it was lighter. So that's what got me worrying, because I'm cramping. So I just ordered these, and I held my pee all afternoon, and I just took that one. And I knew right away, because it took forever for the line to show up. And with the other ones, the line was showing up as soon as my pee was going over it. No, I didn't do a digital one. But I don't think my pee's diluted, because I literally was taking so many watching the dark ones all throughout the day, and they were consistent, like for it to be that much lighter. There's nothing a doctor will do. They won't even see you till you're 8 weeks. We'll basically start 0 from the last one. Yeah, I know that they do that, but like, I don't, like, my thing is like, this was a complete shock. Like, we weren't trying. Like, I'm not actively trying, you know? So I don't want to go through that with a doctor and stuff, because I don't want to keep going through this. Like, I even said with the last miscarriage that everyone was like, well, you can just try again. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to go through this again. And then this happened, like, on accident. I didn't even think you could get pregnant 3 days after you stopped bleeding from a miscarriage. And I got pregnant. But my lines, literally, I got a faint positive 8 DPO, and they were just progressing so well. So I think I'm going to take a break this week. Yeah, I just made the appointment today for Thursday at 1. I just feel bad, because Cecilia literally looked at this test that was in my bathroom, and she's like, she said something like, that makes me so happy. And she's like, the other test made me sad. She's talking about the ones that faded that I left in my bathroom when I was like tracking my levels going down after the last miscarriage, when they went to nothing. She's like, those tests made me sad. And she just said that last night before we got into the shower. I just have to wait to start bleeding now, which I'm sure will be soon. I know the hospital will check my levels. I've done that several times before, y'all. I've gone in and got my levels checked, and they say, okay, come back, and then you go in and you know that they're lower. Like, I've been through this so many times. Just not like, I've never had a chemical pregnancy where the lines progress that well just to go down. Like, I feel like last month I got a digital, but the lines never got darker than the one I took today. They stayed around this. But I'm just trying not to be angry because everything happens for a reason, but get checked for what? Get checked for what? What are they going to do? They're going to send me home. I don't feel like going and sitting in an ER all day, getting poked, to be sent home to start bleeding. I'm 5 weeks today. They're going to say, go home. Yeah, it's significantly faded. I woke up cramping today, and I took like one of those cheap Amazon tests. And it was way lighter than the one I took the other day. So I was like, okay, maybe my morning urine sucks. So I was like, maybe it's just because my morning urine. So I told Brett and I texted Julia and I said, something's wrong. And so I ordered the first response and I held my pee until it came. And I knew right away. Because my other ones, as soon as my pee was going over, the line was dark as hell. This one you probably can't even see with the fucking filter. So my levels are dropping. They won't do anything. Like, I'm not going to go there for them to tell me what I already know. You know what I'm saying? And then rack up an ER bill and be sent home. And then take the chance of coming home and passing something to my family because I was in a hospital full of sick people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already been there, done that several times. Both times before I got pregnant with Zinni, I went to the hospital. And it was awful. And then they treat you like you're stupid because you're so early and they, you know, you're not a priority. It's like, well, you're very early, go home. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Monica. But if you guys don't see much of me this week, that's why. Yeah, like my OB partners won't see you till you're 8 or 9 weeks. They kind of, honestly, like, it sucks because if you've been through a miscarriage or you've been in this situation, like, you know, like, how hurtful it is and how serious it is to you. But, like, hospitals and stuff, like, they don't take it seriously. Like, early miscarriages, chemical pregnancies, like, to them, it's just like, oh, well, you know, had you not tested, you probably wouldn't have even known and you would have thought your period was really bad. That type of situation. But to us, it's like earth-shattering, you know, but that's their job. So I'm not going to go put myself through a stressful day sitting in the ER, you know, having to do a vaginal ultrasound and do blood work just for them to tell me what I already know. It's very clear that my levels are dropping significantly and I'm cramping today. I didn't have any cramping either. That's why I was like, you know, this is going to stick because I haven't cramped at all. And then my period was due 2 or 3 days ago. But I feel bad for Cecilia. It's like, again, because she doesn't get it. And then, I'm just really frustrated, but I'm trying not to be angry. And then it makes me wonder, like, what's wrong with me? This is the third one in a row. Like, is there something going on in my body that I don't know about, you know? So, yeah. No, like, I wonder, like, if there's something wrong with me, like, for real. Like, my body's doing something messed up. It just keeps disposing of my pregnancies. Like, everything was going the way it was supposed to. That's awful, Jess. Like, I really feel like Satan's just riding my ass with this. And, like, I know God has a plan, but it's like, damn. Yeah, I could do that. Like, I could look into get blood work done and have tests run and make sure that, like, everything's good with me. I don't know what my blood type is. I feel like I should know that, and I don't off the top of my head. Really? Like, I know that I'm very stressed out. Like, my mental health hasn't been the best lately, especially after the miscarriage last month. So, like, I wonder, like, if my body was just under too much stress. But it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like a sick game that's being played on me. Because, like, we weren't even trying this month, and it just happened. So it's like, oh, obviously it's meant to be, and my lines were strong so early and just kept getting stronger. But I knew today, I told Brett, I said, something's wrong. So, if you're RH negative, your body will attack any pregnancy, which is what I am, and I had to get shots for it. Yeah, but I mean, I've had 4 healthy pregnancies, so it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, does it pick and choose? She started getting iron infusions. Yeah, like, there's so much. Like, I'm severely anemic. I'm always stressed out. Like, the way my body handles stress is a lot different than most. Because I'm just way more sensitive. Like, it's part of my borderline. So, like, stressful things that most people would be like, oh, yeah, this sucks, but we'll handle it. Like, my body shuts down. Like, I will have, like, stress-induced seizures. Like, I pass out. I faint. Like, it can be the most minor inconvenience. My body, the way that I handle stress is way more intense. And I feel like that just takes a huge toll on my physical health. And so, like, I wonder, like, if my body's just not a good environment. Yeah, exactly. I don't see how I would be that if I carried 4 healthy babies. Like, I really just think that it's just a shitty situation. But yeah, just pray for me, guys. I'm gonna just try to take it easy this week and see what happens and just focus on work. It's like as soon as you get your mind right and you get excited, and like I've just been so excited for my team and my business, and I've been so motivated. It's like as soon as you get your mind right, the devil comes in and throws a wrench. So that's what I'm telling myself, is that I'm just under attack and I just have to fight through it. And I'm trying not to be angry with God this time, because he knows what's best, but it's hurtful. But I think I'm just meant to have 4 badass kids. I just don't want this to steal my peace like it did last time. Like, I was miserable for weeks, and I don't want to go through that again. Like, I don't want it to steal my joy. So I'm just going to try to focus on the good stuff that's happening. Just 2. I took one of the cheapy ones this morning, and it was a lot lighter than my other ones from like days ago. So I knew something was up, because I'm like, it's been a few days, like it should be significantly darker. So I ordered some first response, and like you can compare it to my test from several days ago to now. Like my levels have dropped significantly. So now I feel like I'm just going to wait around till I start bleeding.